Welcome back to Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. In today's episode, we're talking about how to beat someone with very good head movement. All right, today we're gonna talk about head movement. And usually when we're talking about head movement, it's how do I move my head to be able to avoid punches? Okay, so the classic way. Matt throws a jab, I can slip my head. He throws a cross, I slip. He throws a hook, I can roll. Throws the other hook, I can roll. So slip, rolls, I can do pull counters. Boom, pull, counter, back. So those are all tactics we learned as a beginner to be able to move our head and not to get hit. But sometimes we get these fighters who are fantastic at head movements. Maybe there is a boxer that transitioned to kickboxing or a boxer who transitioned to MMA. What's gonna happen now is you're gonna still see those tendencies of a boxer when it comes to the other sports. So you might see a bladed stance a little bit more. You might have lead hand being, down a little bit. There's a little bit of a style, and you can tell right away when someone comes from more of a boxing background. If you line up with someone and they're up here, you're like, all right, they probably have more of a traditional Muay Thai background. But if someone approaches the fight and you see them here, right away I know they have a boxing background, and maybe kick fighting is my strategy. So we're gonna talk about how to beat someone with good head movement, right? So how do I beat someone now that's moving their head? So the big mistake I'm gonna talk about first is I'm gonna punch, Matt's gonna move his head. The big mistake the striker makes is committing to the same punch. So if I throw my punch in singles, it's easy for my opponent to move. So if I throw a single hard jab, boom, it's very easy. So what's gonna happen eventually is Matt's gonna slip and counter because it's predictable. I'm throwing my shot as a single, boom, bang, and he cracks on top. If I throw my right hand in a single, boom, he's gonna slip off and counter. So first thing I have to do with someone with good movement is use feinting. Right? I need to make sure I get a reaction. I need to take away that counter. If I'm just committing every single time I throw and that movement, boom, slip and rip is gonna kill me. It's gonna kill me because I'm committing to his game. I'm falling into his trap. I need to put the trap. I'm setting the traps. I'm not falling into my opponent's traps, okay? So first thing I'm gonna do is feint. If I know Matt's head's moving, right? So if I throw a jab and he slips, boom, all right. Already I saw him slip to the outside, right? So I'm gonna feint, boom. See, I got a reaction. He's moving his head, boom, feinting, boom. So right away, the feint makes him bite, makes him move his head, which then allows me to see if he's trying to counter me off of my single strike. So the strategy to how to beat the movement now, look what happens now when he moves his head. Yeah, he moves his head, which means his legs and his body become stationary. So this is the key to how to beat someone who moves their head. Even though their head is moving, their legs are stationary. And the big habit we see when someone moves their head, we've seen it with, a lot of good boxers, right? How many times have we seen that clip of Muhammad Ali in the corner just moving his head and boxers are just wailing punches? Because we're getting too carried away of trying to hit the head, and that's what happens. So if I throw a jab, cross, hook, hook on Matt, right? So jab, cross, hook, hook, and I just keep winging head punches, he's gonna counter me and he's gonna evade. So how to beat that? Focus on attacking the body. That's the most simple way. The leg's not moving, so if I go jab, cross, hook, hook, and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 I hit the body and mix uppercuts. At this point now, even if he moves his head, right, he can't. I'm still gonna hit. He might block the shots because he's doing it, but at least he's there and I'm not winging punches and missing for him to counter. The last thing I want is to end up here and then boom, he counters me with hooks and knocks me out. So the first thing I would do is take a little pause, right? So I might go, he slips, hook, I might pause and then go boom. Right? Taking that little pause keeps his head moving, but lets me see where he's going. I need to decide where am I gonna put that attack to try to catch him coming in, okay? So taking a pause, attacking the body off of a feint. So feint, number one. Number two, look at the body as an option, right? Take a pause, attack the body. The third and the most important, especially my bazooka fighters and they've been following the curriculum for a long time, it's the attacking of the leg. With head movement, say he keeps slipping his head, he's moving, it doesn't matter. The legs don't move. All of a sudden here, just boom, As soon as he goes to move his head, bang, boom, I attack the leg right away. When the head's moving, the legs are not moving. So that lets me get a free shot to attack the quad, or I could take the calf home with me, right? So right away I'm feinting, and then it's even me doing this. Look, he's stationary. Bam, I'll attack the leg. Boom, I attack the leg. And usually if you're moving your head good, you're in a bladed stance. It's gonna let me attack that leg even more. So boxing, head movement needs to be bladed. So as soon as the punches move here, look, I'm baiting it in. Boom, I attack the leg. Feint, boom, boom, hit. I'm not ready, I'll attack the body. Boom, right? And just like, I could attack the body and then move them into strikes, right? So attack the leg is a key as soon as you see someone move the head. Now, since we're talking about legs, another one I like to do is I like to throw the front kick. The front kick right to the stomach. So the head's moving, They might even be slipping my low kick, right? Boom. But if all of a sudden the head's moving, I might go boom, straight front kick right down the middle, right? Head's moving, but the stomach doesn't move. So the example I can give if you're played other sports. So if someone's playing soccer or basketball and they're trying to cross you over or they're trying to deke you out in soccer, you don't really want to watch the legs or the head because they're trying to deceive you. So if you look at the hips aren't going to lie. So you can kind of gauge where they're going to go. So that's the same kind of thing here. You have to kind of predict the movement. Don't get caught in their distractions. Okay, so front kick, low kicks, attack the bodies, using feint. Now the final thing is using the head movement to beat, right? I want you to win. And the best way to win is by knockout. So you're gonna use punches, which are, right? I talk about power punches and pro punches. So I'm gonna use probing punches. So Matt will just throw his hand up for a jab. So I'm gonna hit the target. So a power spear jab would be hitting it hard. Boom, right? That's easy for me to get slipping countered. So what I wanna do is, see how I'm more pawing here? Because I want them to like jitter with their head. So I might throw a triple up, right? Boom, boom, boom. Now Matt's gonna put his hands up. I throw a single shot, boom, it's easy. Now I go, see what I did? Look what happened. I just threw 3 triples and he dipped his head outside, which means 1, he's probably gonna counter with this, but now I know his reaction to the jab is to get his head outside. So what am I gonna do? Boom, 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 bang. I meet him with the head kick. Right? We saw that with Rose Namajunas to get her title back. She used the jab, head steps outside, boom, you attack the head kick. Or some people might get fancy, right? And move on the inside, jab, boom, I meet them. Or they try to dip underneath, boom, I'm gonna throw a knee in that direction. So I'm gonna use probing straight punches to get my opponent to move their head, right? As they move their head, I'm gonna try to set them up. I could even do it with my punches, right? I can go here and then he thinks it doesn't come, boom, he walks into a hook, right? I can use punches, right? The other thing I can do is if I jab and then he goes to escape, boom, I throw my hook on his exit, right? So I'm constantly attacking versus that head movement. So the key. So quick recap to end this video off because I really want to ingrain this into your mind. With head movement, don't fall into their trap. Don't let them move, slip, counter, and get all slick with you, right? Shut that slickness down right away. So the key is 1, attack the body. Use feints, attack the legs, front kicks. And 1, the last one, which is the best one if you could do it, and I'll leave you with this one, is just grab them into the clinch, right? If Matt's moving his head and I'm here, now you can't move your head. I can smack, I can attack, I'm in connection with you. Create the bridge between them, all right? So crash distance, attack the leg, front kicks, feinting, but clinching. Don't fall into the trap is the main thing that I'm gonna leave you with. All right, hope you enjoyed today's video on how to beat good head movement, all right? So think about it, IQ is the key in this one. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you support the channel sponsors, Perfect Sports Nutrition, description below. Bazooka 20 to get 20% off your order. HayabusaFight.com, as well as BazookaShop.com for Bazooka merchandise. And the best, but not least, is the BazookaTraining.com. You can now train with me online at BazookaTraining.com. Home workouts, bag workouts, tutorials, and a forum section that we have a nice community going. So, hope you enjoyed today's video, and we'll see you next time here at Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA.
Over 1 year in lockdown, an empty gym, a divided community, many questions unanswered.
They're doing the best they can, trying to save their business.
But on one man's 36th birthday, he decided to fight back. Subscribe now for only $9.99 USD a month. BazookaTraining.com